um, wonderful morning. I am having a wonderful, wonderful morning. Yes, I am. Yes, as you can see, I have my work uniform on. This is going to be a long one. It's definitely going to be a long one, and there's a reason why I have my work uniform on. First and foremost, let me talk about um, basically earning this uniform. It wasn't easy. All my life, I went through pain and suffering and heartaches. As I tell my story, as your guys subscribe and follow me, all of my fans all around the world, whoever you are, this channel is growing. It won't grow without you. I know some of y'all sleep, some of y'all on your job, but you know my objective is I don't care about the numbers. I care about each and every last person that tuned into me. It could be one view, two views, three views, however many views there are. If I can change one person's life and change their position and help elevate them with the help of the creator and alpha omega, I'm going to do so basically. So with this being said is that I earned this uniform by working countless days, weeks, years of missing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, thousands and thousands of hours and minutes of not being active in the street, just constantly working, right? Meaning that I had over 153 companies that I worked in. So I was constantly working, 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 working. So I earned to work for the city. I earned this uniform. It is this uniform is earned, is not given. To be accepted to work for the city and to be accepted to one of the best operations of transporting people to and fro in the world is MTA, basically. It is earned, it is not given, basically. So I earned my place of being here. That's first and foremost. And I want to let all the youth out there, all of the YNs, and not just the YNs, any everybody, doesn't matter what age you are, there's an opportunity waiting for you in MTA. You just got to clean your act up. And this is why, this uniform was earned and I was given an opportunity for the a betterment for me and myself and my loved ones and my family, basically, right? And the reason why I'm sitting here is because backdoor and crossing people and backbiting people is learned and is taught amongst societies and our community and our so-called leaders that we look up to, right? And I want you to understand that how you doing? How you doing, Presley? How you doing? How you doing? Good morning. It is learned and is taught amongst our society, our in our community, and basically, not to work. It's to basically not be productive and not be active and have motion and movement in society is not to work for anyone. Basically, he's basically is leading a force of dumb, deaf, and blind. But I'm here to tell you that the MTA has an amazing opportunity for you. You don't have to no longer trap on corners, being stagnated, right, by sneakers and wearing Don Julio and smoking weed each and every day as you wake up. The time that you're spending on these corners, on where you doing your business, you can spend that on educating yourself and leveling yourself up in any type of level. And I know and understand that a lot of people not understanding that they don't care nothing about that because murder, death, kill, barbaric devil, demon has its claws inside of you, and being dumb, deaf, and blind have its claws inside of you. I understand that, but you're not going to understand it because mentally, because you have a blockage there. And at one particular time in my life, I was there. I was there. I was there. You know, so I worked hard, and I kept working hard, 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 hard to come out of that lifestyle. And it was not easy. It was not easy. But let me tell you something. Back in the 80s and the 90s, it wasn't easy getting these city jobs. It wasn't easy getting MTA jobs because it wasn't presented like that out there. It wasn't. It wasn't presented out there like that and pushed like that. Of working for the city jobs. You had to have some type of you had to have some type of inside plug or something like that in order to get these positions. Nobody didn't tell nobody about these positions back then when I was getting up. You know, sort of like the same thing that's going on in our communities, that's being pumped with this gangster persona and being shooters and going after the bag and all this other stuff. And the future is being cut short. Nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to be construction workers. Nobody wants to be bus operators. Nobody wants to be scientists. Nobody wants to go to school. Nobody wants to do a really lot of things. So we losing the fight amongst us. And what's being promoted is double crossing, backstabbing. That's being promoted. People befriending you, saying they love you know, but then later on, learning your ways and actions, learning that what the Creator has for you, right? Benefits and the opportunity for you and blessings for you. They want to cut you short and stab you in your back and murder you. This is what's going on in our society. And this is a leading force, right? If you check my thumbnail, in this very day, modern day life, it is called whistleblowers. Whistleblowers. The whistleblower is an individual that is gained sanctuary of the hidden secrets on how the community, on how the company is work, in order to get fame, fortune, and riches, basically, in order to get that brand new house, in order to get that brand new car, in order to get that brand new family, or whatever the case may be. To learn the stock market, to learn any and everything, to try to get around of doing things the right way. And after they not giving the bag and they not getting a certain percentage, they whistleblow. They whistleblow. That's backstabbing and backbiting. This is all what it is, basically, and it's being promoted more and more and more inside society, inside the community, basically. You know, and this is a sick act. It's sick and demonic and it's evil and it's a big, 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 big sin. This is a big sin to those that live this life. Once you embark on, double crossing people and backstabbing people and backbiting people, you have to keep this image up. You have to keep it up. Because if you don't keep it up of backstabbing multiple people, anything that you want to find, you're going to have to face the music. You're going to have to face the music. These very individuals, and there's two sides to the coin. These very individuals that you backstabbing, right? Um, Whether it be good or bad. Well, I'm not gonna say good or bad. I'm just gonna because this very act of backstabbing is evil. So it's only meant for those that's in that limelight, that's in that life to backdoor each other, to backdoor each other. It is not meant for the righteous to be backdoor. Do you understand that? Those that uphold and uplift the godly rules and regulations, right? That don't backbite, that don't backstab, that don't double cross everybody, right? That is not meant for them. That is meant for those that want to practice that life for fame, fortune, and riches. Once you embark on that life, you are in that life. You're not caring who you backdoor. You may backdoor and backbite and backstab someone that's really, really love the people, really love his community, really love his society, really love what he do, right? And he has money, he has these things, but he accumulated by worshiping the creator, and the creator gave it to him. And you backdoored him and murdered him and killed him and got him murdered, right? Or he or she. At some particular time, you doing these acts, and this murder, death, kill, barbaric, evil, twisted, demonic way of life showed you and taught you. You learn how to backdoor everybody, whether it be good or bad. But you bit off more than you can chew by backdooring this righteous man, up the God right one that holds it down, that been holding it down. So now you backdoor him, get him murdered, get him shot, whatever the case may be. Now you sitting there, yeah, I got the bag, I got the bag. Now the bag is gone. Now what you gonna do? Just in that very moment right there, just in that second, you know what's gonna happen? What they say, karma. What goes around, come back around. You don't know what's waiting for you because that individual taught you how to backdoor people, right? For fame, fortune, and riches. Because at that time, right, you didn't have no money, you didn't have nothing, right? You walking around with holes in your shoes. You know, you on the block, you watching, you pitching, you know, you scouting, you doing any and everything to get money. You don't have no money. You know, you're not. But in that process, the creator is showing you that you can work, that you can work. There's job opportunities. You have to start from the bottom, but you don't want to start from the bottom. You want to start straight from the top and go after him and murder and kill him and stop his life because he got a couple of hundred to a thousand, whatever he got, and you kill him. You know what you did? You killed the whole society, which that individual was leading by example, leading the community, leading society to a better life, to a better understanding in existence. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? So we understand that from this point of view, it's a spiritual life and there's a negative life. Do you understand that? You pick and choose that. And most people pick and choose the life that's right there, the backdoor life, which is presented to you for fame, fortune, and riches. But it's not going to tell you that it's going to backdoor you in the end for fame, fortune, and riches that you do that. It's not going to tell you that you're going to end up maybe dead or organ donor, cremated, hit with 10 years, 15 years, 30 years, 40 years to life. You and your crew. It's not going to tell you that. It backdoor people. That's what it does, that life. That's why, that's why it's very important not to double cross people, not to backdoor people. Is to be humble and go about your life and get it from the bottom and get it from the mud, get it from the start, work your way up. It builds a better character. That's right. And you doing things in accordance with the Alpha Omega, the creating everything in existence, while everything around you is going after the what? The fast money, fame, fortune, and riches. Do you understand? But it's not telling you that you might get murdered coming out your building. You might get murdered coming out that party. You might get murdered drinking Don Julio on the corner. You might get murdered getting a chopped cheese sandwiches. It's not going to tell you that. It's not going to tell you that. This is the choices that we make. And I'm telling you that coming from a brother that experienced that life, that got out of that life and came on this side, you're going to seek more benefits than doing that. Over here is not going to backdoor you. It is not going to backdoor you. Do you hear me, beloved? It's not going to backdoor you. Everything is on the upper up, straight up. You dealing with spirituality, you deal with spirituality. But you have to put in the work. You have to worship him. You have to believe in him. You just can't come over here and no. You have to put work in. And the work in is that each and everything that comes up against you, right? Whether it's negatively, you got to hold it down. You may go through a tough time in life where you don't have no money. when you're back against the wall and things are presented to you to go get money and backdoor people or kill people and murder people, what are you going to do? You say no. You say no. Do you understand that? Not for fame, fortune, and riches. Because you know why? If you say no, it builds a better character. Because all of those that's around you that is walking in that life, dumb, deaf, and blind, that's being led by murder, death, kill, barbaric, evil, twisted, demonic way of life, there was going to be no return for you. But if I would walk on that life of righteousness, everything around you is going to perish, perish, perish. Do you understand that? Only those that's up living this life that he placed there to misguide and mislead and misinform individuals are going to be there because they are there to forefront, right? To mislead your children down a dark path of destruction. They are there to lead there, but they will have their day in the end. They can't see it. They can't see it because they are blinded by fame, fortune, and riches. So they got to keep procreating, procreating, procreating this murder, death, kill, barbaric, evil, twisted, demonic way of life inside of our community, our society, inside themselves and each other. That's why I don't do that life anymore. I don't do it because you got to keep going active, 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 shooting, killing, stabbing, shooting, killing, stabbing, shooting, killing, stabbing. And you know what? And doing it, rolling the dice, rolling the dice, right? Yes, head crack. You got to keep doing that. You got to keep procreating until you hit, right, the bag. And by you keep rolling the dice, meaning you rolling death upon death, murder upon murder, right? Misinform, misinform. And all of those roles right there, those are individuals that losing their life because you are promoting that life. Each and every person is losing their life, whether it be jail or whether it be death or whether it be life in prison or organ donor. Every time you do that. So to backstab someone, and I see a lot of this stuff going on these major platforms. Everybody running it up. Everybody is running it up and talking about everybody of misfortune. Because you know what? It is all a plot and a plan to get you to backbite, backstab, murder, death, kill. That's all it leads. It's a big circle, a big circle. That's why I step back out of that. I'm like this, looking, observing. And on my platform, I'm warning everybody over here, you can get the bag. Become a bus operator. You make it 100 grand a year. Sometimes you make it even 120. It depends on how hard you go. Trust you me, you can do it. You can uplift your life. Put the weed down. Put the Don Julio down. Put the trapping down for sneakers and weed and being stagnated. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. And start building yourself up. Start building yourself up. Because back in the 80s and 90s, it wasn't being promoted. The city jobs wasn't being promoted. This is a new, it's the same thing, but it's the new form of killing and murdering each other. This is what this is. And we are losing our future. Pretty soon, we're not going to have no future. We're not going to have no future to lead us, which bridge the gap between this life and the hereafter is the future, which is being placed by robots, artificial intelligence. So this is something to think about. While you sitting there backstabbing somebody, backbiting somebody, and double crossing people. This is the life to live. because this is where you get fame, fortune, and riches. You got to tell lies and backstab people and backbite people and double cross people. That's where you can get the back for fame, fortune, and riches. But it's not telling you the individuals that do this act, there's an act that get done to them, whether it be them or their family member, because they double cross someone that's on a path of righteousness, that's not in the streets, that don't represent the streets no more, that got out of the streets and survived the streets. Do you understand that? And that was really a goon, real goon, however you want to call it, a shooter, a goon, darkness representing this demonic, evil, twisted, barbaric life. You got individuals that was doing that. Let me tell you something. When you do these acts, the cameras is not there to prevent you from stopping the acts. The cameras are there to help them solve the acts of violence, of murder, death, kill, barbaric, even twisted way of life, to help them solve it. It's not there to stop the acts and to turn you from killing and stabbing and murdering people. It's there to help them to solve the acts. Because back in the 70s and 80s and 90s, people was getting away with murder. Straight up murder. They was getting away. There was no cameras. So it was easy to murder somebody on a corner. It was easy to murder somebody in the building. It was easy. It was easy. You have individuals out here. I'm about to talk about that life, but you have individuals out here that was about that life. They changed their life around. That did acts and never got caught for them. That participate in acts and never got caught for them. Do you understand that? And now they are living a righteous life and asking the Creator to forgive them each and every day from doing these devil acts that this demonic, evil, twisted, barbaric life gave them these acts to do. So I'm dropping knowledge and wisdom upon you. There's a job opportunity. It's there. No wonder why my B12 bus is not coming. Listen, man. I know you in Brooklyn. I know you in Brooklyn. You know, I drove the 35, you know. I drove the 8, the the 6, yeah, the 68 and 67. I did that. The B16. Yeah, man. Well, I'm telling people that this is an opportunity for you to come on this side, man, to change your life. If you want a bag, the bag is over here. MTA have a bag for you. You just can't smoke. You just can't smoke. No smoking. This is a life changing job for you, a career for you that is waiting for you and your loved ones and your family. Then you can pass it on. You understand? You're just going to have to deal with the mental abuse of the people. You got to deal with that. And I was breeded for that. A lot of jobs that I did working in the shelters and looking at violence, looking at the spitting and the blood that's all over these places, these institutions. I was built for that. The Creator was building me to be a bus operator and to be a city worker. If you want the bag, come on this side. Brothers and sisters, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen, prince and princess, there's nothing wrong with working. But there is something wrong when you trapping for sneakers and wares, for Don Julio, and sandwiches, and 4 chicken wings and French fries, lurking in shadow in the buildings, looking to kill and rob people and backstab people, learning this life from this entity. In this digital world, the digital world is backstabbing. It's all backstabbing, backstabbing each other, backstabbing each other. They all backstab each other. So when you embark in that life, know that you're going to backstab each other when it comes to this structure, because it's all about fame, fortune, and riches. This is facts. So I wanted to say this to you because I've been thinking about it. On on these major platforms on YouTube, all you see people is backstabbing each other, backstabbing, double crossing, whistle blowing, all this other stuff because that's the life that they build. That is their entourage. The backstab, the back murder, and all that other stuff. That's their life. That's why I said I'm not want that life. And I got out of it. I saw it back then in the 2000s. I'm like this. Nah, I ain't doing that. I'm working. And I kept working because the creator allowed me to see the double crossing backstabbing of that life. I've been picked it up in the 90s. I left it alone long time ago. That's why I did my freestyle. So there's nothing wrong with working, but there's something wrong when you backstabbing and you in that life. It's gonna backstab you. Do you understand that? I don't care who you are. You could be good or bad. It backstab you. It's just the consequences that you want to deal with. It's the consequences. It's going to backstab you. It's not going to tell you that though. You want fame, fortune, riches. You want a big chain. You want a big house. You got to keep procreating. I need 1,000 boys and girls. I need them into the grave. I need them in jail. I need them dead and gone. I need this future to be cut short, and you're going to leave. And it uses you. When you do not backstab and don't do that no more, it's going to replace you with somebody else. This is facts. It's going to backstab you because death, you cannot get away from that. I don't care what this entity, barbaric, evil, twisted, demonic way of life is. You cannot get away. There's no recipe for that. You're going to die. You're going to die. And you're going to have to face the music. Do you understand that? You're going to have to face the music. So backstabbing is a sin. It's not going to get you eternal life. It's not. Because it's going to backstab you. It's going to get you a moment. Then once that moment is gone, then you know what? The dice is going to be rolled. The games are going to be rolled against you. It's going to be rolled. You're going to have to keep doing these acts. And you can't keep up. You're going to start recruiting so other people can do it. That's how you're going to do it. You're going to spread it out. You're going to spread it out. And each and every new people that you put down with you, they got a number coming to them because they don't know. You got to spread the love. You got to spread the evil, demonic, twisted, barbaric way of life. You got to spread it for fame, fortune, and riches. I know it all too well. I know it all too well, beloved. I know it all too well, man. That's right. I know it all too well. That's right. Keep your eyes open and your head on swivel. There's murder, death, kill going on there. Not just physically, mentally, spiritually, murder, death, kill. That's right. Live the life, ain't no thing. I'm married to the game, and the game is married to me. I'm talking about the evil. It's gonna backdoor you for fame, fortune, and riches. You're gonna give up your man. You're gonna give up your block. Stop living that life. It's a double court back door life of this entity. That's the real op. I'm coming with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and experience from a spiritual eye. It's all big facts. That's right. Don't forget the notification bell. Hit it. Hit it, hit it. That's right. I'm talking bangers and hit and heat for you. This is the dopest channel out right now on YouTube. All big fat. That's right. Peace, 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 peace.